Launching local service ads. And so if you have 15 plus reviews, again, in some markets, this might be even higher, you want to start local service ads. This is the only Google ad type that is going to be a strict pay for lead model, meaning that you're only paying when someone is calling you or texting you, asking you for services that you provide. So those are always a no-brainer to get started with. You don't have as much control over them and how much you actually get to spend on the platform. It's largely up to Google's algorithm, but if you can get started with those, and as long as you're answering calls as they come in extremely quickly, you will start to see increased volume on that platform. And if you keep getting reviews and you have good review velocity, meaning you're getting reviews every week, you will see good results there. Speed to lead setup, right? So this means have something set up so that whenever a call comes in, it gets answered. If you're answering it, make sure that you prioritize answering the phones. If you need a foreman to answer it, or if you have someone in the office that can answer it, make sure these calls don't get unanswered. If someone fills out a quote form, you want to make sure you have alerts and that person gets called within 5 minutes. You never want to let a lead sit and your competitors are answering quickly. And so in a lot of markets, the difference, right, between a sale or at least giving an estimate and not being able to give that estimate or a dead lead is just how quickly you answered. Because that person's calling 3, 4, 5 people trying to get quotes. And so the people that respond the quickest are often the people that actually get to go and leave those estimates. Seventh, you're going to want to get a CRM. We see a lot of people with no CRMs, and I'm not saying you need the fanciest one, right? So if you're an electrician, if you're a plumber, obviously we would recommend you go get HouseCall Pro or you go get Service Titan, but maybe you don't want to spend that much just yet, right? You can look at some really low cost and lightweight CRMs out there. Zoho Begin, a HubSpot on their free tier as an example. There's a ton of cheap options that you can go with. If you're a home improvement company, right, there's some mid-tier options, and we have lists of CRMs that we recommend, but you need a place to capture every lead that comes in through the door. You need a place to know every customer that reached out, where they are in your cycle, if you've reached out to them already, what notes you have on the conversation, if you need to follow back up with them to get an estimate scheduled, if you've sent an estimate and you just haven't followed up on it. You would be shocked at the number of people that just get a lead in the door and then never reach back out to get them scheduled after an initial conversation, or even worse, have an estimate sitting out in the ether and never follow up when that person very well might have bought from them had they just given them a call to ask them if they were ready to move forward. So you need a CRM. That's where you're going to set up some of those speed to lead optimizations. That's where you're going to project manage some of the projects that you have over time. It's essential for a business to have one. Layering Google Ads and SEO. And so, yes, you're saying, as we talked about, DIY, if you're going the DIY route, you need to get familiar with this. And so we offer a kind of done with you program, or it's a teach you program for some of those small businesses sub 300K in revenue, where we'll give you a content calendar. We'll show you how to use AI to generate it. We'll show you really how to do it, what it is that we do, because we are that confident in providing great value at the prices that we charge. We will show you how to do everything that we do, and you need to get into the habit of building content so that you know exactly what's actually going into it when you're paying someone later. That way, when you're talking to an agency, or even if you had a bad experience with another agency, you can evaluate, were they actually doing the things that have to get done to be successful. And so once you have that muscle built in a little bit, you've optimized some Google ad campaigns, you've done some content generation and helped work on your own SEO,